Today we've got the maiden flight on the Freewing Mig-29 Fulcrum twin 80mm. This is the revised version, so it does have the elevator servo upgrades and the 2150 kV 12-blade motors. We've also got the Freewing afterburner set up. Let's take a look at the equipment under the hood. Rolling with SMC 6S 5300 LHV packs. You'll notice we got two balance lead here. That's the way that the Freewing afterburner is set up, because it's really two single afterburners. And then we've got the AR8360T, which is our 8-channel with gyro. First look at this plane. Really cool paint job with the digital camo. So should help out to break up some of the contour in the sky, because light gray solid planes are a little bit harder to see. Looks like it's got a beefy landing gear and big tires, so it's probably set up to take off on grass as well. And you got a few lights on the wingtips, and then you got the landing gear light. We're going to roll with a 3.5-minute timer. So we've talked about the MiG-29 enough. Let's go ahead and get in the air and complete the maiden flight. Nice takeout right there. My afterburner's lit up a little bit. We need a little bit of up. Want low aileron, medium elevator. It's a little nose heavy.
Time remaining.
We're actually 10 millimeters behind what the book's calling for. I'm gonna tell you right now, that new power system has straight up got the thrust. Low ailerons are still a little twitchy. Took off in high AS3X, it seems to be handling it okay. But I'm barely riding the power. I mean, I'm only going up to about 50–60% throttle, and it's really got the power. Actually, it's flying pretty good, and I got it trimmed out, so. She does a little nose heavy. When you slow down, it knows it's wanting to drop down, so we'll have to check that. But I mean, that thing really got the power. So this one originally came with 1920 kV 9 blades. And put the new setup. I'm gonna go across the field right here, and that should in return give us good flight time.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Having those higher thrust EDFs in there and being able to dial it back. Normally don't do a maiden with AS3X. I was a little windy today and I didn't turn it off, so we're just going to let it ride. Seems to be flying okay with the stock values in there. So in this pass right here, we're going to bring it around. We'll go ahead and
gear down.
Put the gear down, see what it feels like. Make sure we got 3 in the green. So we're bringing it around. Feels good. Sounds really good. Those afterburners are showing up pretty good today. Those are the Freewing ones. So now I'm going to go ahead and put one stage of flaps in, see what it does.
Full flaps.
I'm going to put a second stage in. We'll see how it feels on final. Feels like it's going to need a little up in it. So we're going to put a little up in it.
1 minute.
That nose is wanting to drop down quite a bit. That feels good right there. All right. So we put a little too much in it. This plane's going to have to come in with a little bit more speed. Right there, we had to go full power, push the nose down, and saved it, because it was definitely wanting to pitch up.
Elevator high rates.
So we overcorrected a little too much, and I seen it happening. But we're okay now. Let it settle in. The power, let it sink. Got it back to the runway.
My heart skipped a beat out there.
Yeah. Gotta be on the sticks, that's for sure. So we'll taxi it on back. We got it to the ground. Put a little too much up trim in there. However, I was trying to compensate for that nose coming down and overcompensate a little too much, but worked out. So we'll take it back to the bench for the post-flight results. Maiden flight completed on the Freewing Mig-29 Twin 80. Probably one of the most heart-racing maidens I've done on a plane. You know, just a recap, took off fine, lifted out good. I set the elevators like they call for in the manual with a little bit of up, actually a fair amount compared to some of the other planes I've flown. Flew it around, felt great. The ailerons felt pretty good, up to speed, but when I slowed down, I need to go a little bit higher. However, you'll notice the first pass with the gear down, pretty smooth. We put the flaps down and then came in, the approach, but it felt like it needed a little bit of up. However, putting that up in, I put a little too much in it. I should have took this bird further out. You see, we had a close call over here. You know, you get in that situation, the only thing you can try to do real quick is full power and push the nose down. Get that nose from climbing. I didn't feel like I put that much elevator up in it with the flaps. However, I guess it equals to, you know, a little bit more, because when I went in the power, the nose wanted to climb. Went in the power, the nose wanted to climb, so I pulled it down, and the first time I didn't catch it enough, but it worked out. We brought it in, came in a little bit faster to make sure we had some airspeed coming in. CG wise, I put this 10 millimeters behind the manual, and flying around it felt nose heavy, and so when I put the flaps in, the nose was coming down even more. So it felt like that, you know, I was trying to compensate it with the elevator mix, but you know, in hindsight, I'd probably just do like I normally do, go high rate elevator, just hold the nose up with the elevators and just, you know, hold the attitude coming in, but try to trim it out. Note to self here, and anybody watching, you always got to be on your toes flying these planes. You know, you got to fly in front of them. Got behind this one just a little bit, and sometimes, you know, it ends in a worse result. So really thankful we got on the sticks and, you know, got it corrected real quick. And, you know, you got to, and that thing about it is you have to stay calm after that. You know, it's easy to get rattled. It's easy to get nervous. You know, you think, oh man, I just got down. You got to compose yourself, take it around, bring it in. That being said, let's look at what we're at on the battery results. We flew 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the throttle. Now, as I mentioned, these new 2150 kV motors, they really got some power. And in that situation, helped me get out of it fairly easy. Well, I won't say fairly easy, but easier than it probably would have been with the 9 blades, because they have quite a bit less thrust on them. 385 across the board. And then we'll check the back one and see what we got. .387 across the board on the back one. So pretty close on both of them. You'll notice afterburners, they showed up pretty good today. It's not really low lit or anything like that, so I was surprised. Maiden flight completed is all I can say. Go ahead and throw me a thumbs up on this video. If you're not following the channel, go ahead and subscribe to follow along, and we'll see you on the next one.